Okay.
Well, we're here at Troy and it's 8:30 in the morning. And this is a mock-up of the wooden horse. And,
Corner. They created a terrace. So that wall was all over this area. And there was a temple on the top of the huge terrace. So the walls to the
Version of
left
squirrel.
where the squirrels are playing were on the
these are the ruins at Troy. Lots of little Persian squirrels running around in the early morning here. So a little group making its way along. Or a big group for that matter. I think there are 39 of us. And as in the Mediterranean everywhere, you find squirting cucumbers. No, they're not quite ripe. Lots of wonderful carving on these stones at Troy. So from this little vantage point you get a sort of view of the whole place. You can see the Dardanelles over there, a big ship coming through. But it is quite extensive. I think you have to be a bit of a purist to make anything of it. You have to be interested in ancient history. Nevertheless, it's a fascinating place to be. This large sail-like construction is to protect these bricks, which are part of the construction is made of clay, so this protects them.
So they cover with different colors of mud. But they're all
See, the walls were covered with a clay, which would be very easily damaged by the weather. Got a better example of it over there. There you can see it. I think this is probably in the background there. You can see what it was like when it was originally excavated. So there's been quite a lot of reconstruction taking place. Lots of rubble which had to sort their way through. So these are the earliest walls down on the bedrock. These were 2,500 to 3,000 years before Christ, BC. And when they instead of clearing the stones away, when these buildings were redundant, they just flattened them and built on top of them, and eventually over 9 periods you got that enormous hill. When you get right down through the rubble, this is where you end up here by the on the bedrock itself. How they make anything of this, I have no idea. But you can see all these layers here, right up to the top. The first excavation was by German Schliemann, who dug a great trench right through the whole system. You can see it here with further excavations, and all the different periods of the Troy are shown by these labels here. This is the 3rd, 4th and 6th, and indeed up there the 9th. So that's the most modern, which is about 500 AD when the place was abandoned. And this little thing shows you the different layers, the different periods. A better idea there in that corner.
So, ladies and gentlemen, looking from here, we see this ramp, and here comes the guide story.
So it is suggested that this is the ramp up which the wooden horse was taken into Troy itself. I think it's the 6th layer. But it's obviously been a sizable place for its time. I think about 6,000 people lived here, so they say. But a big place for 100 years, and they're still at it now. The original building seemed to be made out of mud brick, so there's very little of them remain. The palace house was like in the 6th era. They were built on stone foundations, but the upper floors were mud bricks, and of course they were very quickly destroyed by the weather.
They seem to know people who don't like hats, don't like hats.
All sorts of stone structures here in wells by the looks of it. A big tomcat has been following us around. I suspect it eats the squirrels, because when it appeared the squirrels went absolutely berserk. Chuntering away they were, watching it. You can see it's got its ears back. It's very, very alert. So the final layer was the 9th layer, and it was made by the Romans. And these are sort of fluted columns. How they made these things, I don't know. With the tools they had. Quarried them, made them spherical, and then carved these flutes on them. It's very, very skillful. So this is what it would have looked like. This is what it looks like now. So this is part of the Roman 9th layer. This is a little amphitheatre. I don't know, probably sat 500 people at the very most when it was a little stage in front.